Alright guys, we're going to take a look at Hut and Eric now in an Abbasid Mirror. Abbasid becoming more meta in the recent qualifier last weekend. Mainly because of their buffs lately. And we've been seeing a lot of single TC play, which has been interesting and nice. It actually seems that single TC is a lot more meta these days with Abbasid. And going for like a golden age wheelbarrow rush. So we're going to take a look at Hut in this game. Both very solid plays. I believe both these plays are in the top 50 on ladder. And Hart has had some very good tournament performances. I believe he was seeded quite high for this tournament. Can't remember exactly what it was, but we're going to take a look at his opening here. Up against Eric. We'll see. We'll actually take a look at both of them and see the differences that they have with their openings here. So both opting to go. Actually, no. Hut is going for sheep first. Eric has gone straight for berries. I wonder if Eric's going to be chopping straggler trees here. So I did a little bit of testing here with the Abbasid opening in one of my previous videos. Berries start was the fastest if you're not building a lumber camp and then you're chopping straggler trees. So I think that's what Eric's opting to go for. Yep, he's spent his last 50 wood on the mining camp here. So he's going to look at chopping straggler trees in the transition. Whereas Hut is going for sheep. Doesn't have any sheep left in his base though. Is his scout. Is he going to pull these back? Building his House of Wisdom now with his 4th gold, or I should say 7 on food and 3 on gold. And then he goes to House of Wisdom here. Whereas Eric has gone straight for 7 on berries. And then 4 on gold. So they're both going same macro here. But Hut opting to go for sheep. I think we should see Eric age up faster here. Doesn't look like it though. I don't know why he's not age. I guess I'm confused, man. The testing that I did, I guess I haven't been watching Eric close enough, but the testing I did was the berries was quicker if you sent all of them onto it. So now, once he's started aging, he's reduced the vills down to 5, all on sheep. Now going across to berries in transition. Keeping 4 on gold here. I did explain the benefits of going sheep versus berries in one of my recent videos, so if that interests you, check that one out. I think there's a few arguments for each side as to, depending on your game plan. So actually going wheelbarrow here, so that's why he's kept the 4 vills on gold here. So opting to go for wheelbarrow and probably also go fresh foodstuffs with the eco wing. Wait, how did he afford this lumber camp? I don't see any chopped stragglers. I gotta take a look at that later. Let's just speed up here. Gonna go for fresh foodstuffs and then we'll see what he does there. He's got 8 on wood, the rest on food. Dropping down a stable with a food villager here. See what Eric opts to go for. Both very efficient, I believe. What's going on here? Oh, he's got wheelbarrow as well. But he's upgrading his pikes here. So he's continuing to mine gold for his pike upgrades here. Because he's reacting to Hut's double stable opening. He scouted that right there with his scout. So he's opting to go for pike stable. But Hut adding in an archery range now. We will likely see camels come out this game. Just because I know Hart loves playing his camels. If you tuned into any of his streams, he loves a good camel. So Eric looking to play the more defensive style here. Hart going on the aggressive side. Neither of them going for a double TC. Just super fascinating, right? Rather they're opting to go for the Golden Age and Wheelbarrow in the early stages. Both players doing this as well. So the Golden Age actually gives a 10% gathering rate on all your villages, which is really nice. That in combination with Wheelbarrow, actually a very solid 1 TC eco. Especially since they also buffed the berry gathering for Abbasid and Delhi. So Camel's coming out, poking at the pikes here. Doing a really good job of pushing Eric off resources. That is one of the benefits of playing as the aggressor. Is that you will force a lot of idle time out of your opponent. Not just like very heavy on food right now. Let's take a look. 22 on food, 8 on wood, none on gold as of yet. I imagine if he does decide to get blacksmith upgrades, he'll go on gold, or if he just wants to age off the back of this, that's when he'll start transitioning to gold here. There you go, there's the first few villagers going across to gold. 18 on food, 8 wood, and now starting on gold. I think he will look at aging up pretty soon. He's got his opponent in his base. I think he feels pretty safe with the amount of army he has and how much he's scattered from his opponent. And like he's not really at threat of a ram push, I don't think. I think Horseman Pike like with a ram is just not very good. There is potential for Eric to just like dive under the TC and like do as much damage as possible to try and punish an age up, or Eric will just decide he wants to go for an age up himself. But he's on the back foot, coming in with a raid now. Nice little raid here. Forcing Hart off gold, scouting the villagers going out to food. Got Hart in his base, sniping those pikes with camels. If you didn't know, camels 3-shot a pike until they get the range defense. So right now it's taking 4 shots for Hart to kill a pike, which is really not ideal considering he only has 3 camels, right? So I don't think like that small of a difference can make a big change on whether Hart really wants to push into it or not. It's just a lot less efficiency when it comes to fighting with camels. They shoot slowly, they cost a lot, so I don't think he really wants to invest in more unless... Or he could add in a blacksmith so that it continues 3-shotting these units. But we'll see, we'll see. He does have no food right now, so he is committing to heavy feudal aggression, and it doesn't look like Eric is looking to age up anytime soon either. But that is a lot of pikes. That's the issue with this comp. It is really, really good in the early stages of feudal. But as soon as you start getting this many pikes, and with +1 defense, it just becomes too much for these camels to snipe, especially when horsemen are actually faster than camels. But really nice micro here still from Hart. And I think this composition is also probably going to be a lot better at like higher skill levels. Just because you need very good micro with this. You need to be able to utilize the mobility to its max potential here. Both going in to attack the bases. Hart has abandoned the berries. Oh no, he's going to lose these camels. Oh, it's close. They're beefy boys. Yeah, even I struggle a bit with the micro sometimes, Maui. You're not alone there. It's pretty tricky, especially considering camels aren't like crazy fast, and they have this many pikes. It's pretty scary. So Hart looking to pull back now. See, he's not aging, is he? No. dropping a bunch of towers. And this is something I saw a lot from Hut. So he plays this strategy, doesn't add in like, or actually, matter of fact, in a lot of different aggressive strategies he does, he won't actually make archers, rather he'll do damage with the units that he has. And then he'll use tower fire to actually kill pikes. So he won't use like mass archer to kill pikes, he'll just defend his key resource points with towers, use them to kill pikemen, and go up off the back of that. Interesting approach. I don't know how effective it is, like sometimes I see it do really well, sometimes not so well. But it is very tricky for your opponent to fight under this. But I think Hut will try and look at aging. His food count is low though. He has a few out on berries there. Where is 20 villas? Oh, he's got 14 under his base having sheep here. But Eric looking to pressure the food sources on the outskirts of the map here on Hut's side. But it's just a lot of pikes and not many camels. He's trying to force a fight under the outposts. But the thing about not making archers and going outposts is they can't move, right? They obviously are a lot safer in terms of they're not going to be able to be picked off by enemy units. But obviously they can't. So like once he runs out of resources there, he'll need to invest a bunch more up here for towers. Hut looking to counterattack because he knows he can't fight Eric's army front on. But Eric also raiding his only food source except for these sheep right now, which are going to run out soon. But Hut looking to advance on Eric's exposed food sources. Both of them out on the outskirts collecting berries right now. Man, how do I keep up with both sides here? Hut losing quite a few villages, down to 41. Eric also at 41, so they are trading evenly at this stage. Hut is going up. Eric is still in age 2. Eric does nearly have the resources to go up as well though. Just a few more gold. Looking to age up now. So Hut will have like a 20-25 second window maybe of a castle advantage. But he can't really deal with this army right now. He lost a lot of his army diving the villages of Eric. Did it pay off? Eric is slightly behind. But he has a lot more units right now. Look, 9 pikes coming across the map. Another 10 here. And 10 horsemen. So the castle advantage isn't going to really be useful for Hut in doing some kind of counterattack. Rather, it's going to be more focused on defending before Eric also gets up as well. Gathering stone though. Probably looking to go a second TC as well. This is what I see from a lot of Abbasid players. Is they want to add in a second TC once they get to castle. At least at the top level. I haven't seen much double TC Abbasid play. We saw Mr. try it and had an unlucky game in the finals against the Mongols. Didn't work out for him though. But Hut is in castle right now. Yeah, so Eric prioritized range defense so the camels don't 3-shot his pikes. And Hut didn't prioritize a blacksmith at all. He's got one now, but he didn't have one earlier on. Rather, he went 3 military buildings very early and Eric went 2, added in 3 a bit later. So both of them are now in age 3. I mean, eco is quite similar actually. It's actually exactly 45. For the amount of villages and units that have gone down, it's pretty wild that they're at the same build count. Hut now spamming men-at-arms across the map. I'd imagine... Oh, Eric is committing to pikes. This is strange. So Hut has vet horsemen right now. Do you have vet camels? No. Is he gonna get vet camels? Doesn't look like it. He won't be committing to the camel archer play. if Eric does decide to add in Lancers, which it looks like he might. Oh, he's just going Horseman. Horseman Pike against Men-at-Arms. I do not agree with that. I don't think they trade well in Castle Age. Men-at-Arms will destroy Pike. We'll see, we'll see. Also, spears are not going to stop like Men-at-Arms getting on top of your siege if he does opt to go for siege. But considering the huge nerf to siege being like a lot slower, Horsemen and Knights, Horsemen do really well because they're faster and cheaper, but Knights also do quite well against siege. They have increased damage as well as the siege being slower. So if your opponent does go a lot of siege and maybe doesn't have like a crazy amount of pikes, Horseman is a really good option. If you don't want to invest in the siege workshop, which costs 300 wood and then spring ult off the back of that, but spring ult's also being vulnerable to enemy units because they're slower now, I think Horseman is a good option. And I think siege is a lot less effective in the early Castle Age because of those reasons. But Eric committing to the Horseman Pike composition, whereas outgoing Men-at-Arms. I like the Men-at-Arms better. Horsemen have mobility, can kill any siege. I don't know, it just doesn't really make sense to me. I mean, he could go for a Lancer switch, which will deal really well with Men-at-Arms. But we'll see what he gets up to here. Looking to secure this food source here. What's Eric gathering? A couple on berries. Setting up farm eco, but Hut. Being Hut, he's a no farm gamer. He does not like to make farms. I can tell you that much. But at the same time, it doesn't seem like the military difference is there, considering Eric has invested a lot into farms. Horseman looking to get some raids in, causing some idle time for Hut, but not getting any damage done here. Building a sneaky mosque out the back here. Continuing just to spam Men-at-Arms. He will struggle a little bit with the Horseman mobility. Horsemen aren't that insane at raiding though. Picks off 2 vills though for a couple Horsemen. Might speed up a little bit. Oh no, we'll keep it at this speed. Pikes are just chilling back. They're not really doing anything at this stage. Let's take a look at upgrades. So he's gone double melee defense. He knows that Eric is going just Horseman and Pike. And Horseman and Pike don't have high damage. So adding 2 armor against this comp is actually really insane. 6 melee armor, 11 attack. So they're doing 5 a shot and they don't attack very fast. Although he has Lancers coming in now, 36 damage. Lancers do really good work against Men-at-Arms. Hut is going to have to look to add Pikes or something to deal with these Lancers. I mean, spears do 3 damage against these Men-at-Arms. I don't think spears are a good answer for Men-at-Arms. Spears have 0 armor. Men-at-Arms have 13 attack with 45 more HP. So the pikes are breaking through. We now got a pike raid coming in. Hut adding in a camel, or is this an old camel? Might be an old camel. But I mean, this is actually kind of a little bit scary for Hut. I think like if these guys were to collide in a head-on, Eric could probably win. Hut adding some mangonels in the back though. Still no farms. Oh, there we go. First farm spotting there. Starting to collect relics. Or at least just chilling there, waiting for the relic to pick itself up. Horseman running around. I don't think they'll get too much done here. We got one bike chasing. They're all very low health. Honestly, the villagers could just fight them at this stage. Moving out though with men at arms. One mangonel to support here. I think if Hut just added in maybe some spears here, he would be really nice. So he is adding spears. Doesn't even have hardened though. This mangonel's going down for sure. Watch how fast this goes down since the siege damage buff. It's not like there was a crazy amount of knights there either, but taking the engagement, I don't think this is good for Hut. These lancers will do really well against these men at arms, as you can see, just melting those guys there. Little raid going on down the bottom as well. But this does not look nice for Hut. Both of them have stone in the bank. I wonder what they're doing. I know Hut is on double TC here. And Eric is also... Oh, Eric is adding in a third TC. Alright. But really good fight for Eric here. Just absolutely cleaning up Hut's army. Also has more res banked. So he needs to spend that. Adding in pikes now. Finally, hardened spearmen coming through. Dropping down some more barracks as well. Golden Age 2 for Hut and Golden Age 1 for Eric. So Golden Age 2 is quite a nice buff, an extra 5% on resources, and research speeds are reduced by 15%. Which is nice for getting his hardened spearmen, you know. They come in a bit quicker. Lancer's looking to do some raids. This is dicey, man. This literally happened to me not long ago, where Lancers got in my base. I had to run around with like half of my army to try and catch them. Meanwhile, they just hit you from another angle. And Hut doesn't look like Hut has really much to deal with this. He's trying to out-heal it. Oh, and he does. Eric backs off. Oh, he's coming back. Just bugging out a little bit by the looks of it. Engagement happening here. Pure Spearman versus Spearman Men at Arms. No doubt that the Men at Arms will prevail here. Lancer's still trying to get in. That's nearly going down though. Horseman raids now coming in from Hut. Looking to come back into this game. Now this is one thing that Hut has that Eric doesn't, is walls. Obviously he broke through here, but he bought a lot of time with those walls. Eric has nothing. He has a Springald Tower. No walls anywhere else. So Hut has a bit more safety here. He has a nicer setup. Hut is at 70 bills. Eric at 76, so pretty even. Tier 1 eco upgrades for the food gathering. Tier 1 for wood chopping as well. Eric, no tier 1 upgrades. I think it's wild not to have tier 1 upgrades at this stage. Oh no. Oh Hut, what are you doing? Oh, they've both forgotten it. Wait, he went military wing. So Hut has forgotten preservation of knowledge, and Eric went military wing but doesn't have any of the techs. I mean, if he had a camel to buff the armor, that's quite nice. But I don't see the value in going military wing in age 3. Like, unless you wanted camel support for whatever reason, rather than saving thousands of resources on techs. Like, instead of camel support, you could literally just upgrade your units faster. But I think unless you're going an all-in with camel support, I don't like military wing in age 3. I think the cheaper eco techs are a lot more impactful for Abbasid. Hut now having a third TC as well. And it just looks like, I don't know why Eric's not making any men at arms and he's going pure lancer. Hut has a lot of pikes now. He's mixing in men at arms, so he's not really going to have that much. I mean, Hut doesn't have the numbers to really threaten it just because Eric is raiding with lancers and he needs to split his focus here. That is the one advantage of using lancers here, but he's going to lose a lot of lancers here. This is not a good trade for him. That's expensive loss right there for Eric. Hut now looking to raid a little bit with his men-at-arms and pikes. Now Hut's eco's farm eco's starting to kick in a little bit. Actually, he has a better farm eco than Eric. That's wild. Hut having a better farm eco than his opponent. Still only one relic, I believe, captured on the map here. There's one, two. There's only one relic in here. Is this guy holding one? This guy's holding one. Hut looking to establish map control now. So this is one really good thing that you can do after you've got your walls up, is start slowly creeping your way out. And also you can raid. So you split your opponent's attention. Similar to a game that I looked at with Marine Lord using his knights. Obviously this is the later stages of the game. But Eric doesn't have walls, so Hut can split his army and then start pushing out the middle with keeps, mangonels, and the main portion of his army. So I think Eric is slowly going to lose map control, potentially bleed out villagers here. Just because he hasn't walled. Finally adding in men-at-arms here. So it looks like they've reversed the upgrades here. Oh. 4/6 armor for Eric. What we got here? And 6/4 for Hut. So obviously in men-at-arm wars, Hut has got the advantage having +2 melee armor, whereas Eric, I should say, has +2 ranged armor. So I think Hut is actually in a pretty good position here, even though he's been on the back foot the whole time here and been under constant pressure in age 3. I think he's doing well. Let's take a look at the eco. Eric at 104, Hut at 100. So despite like how many villages have gone down this game, they've basically had the same vill count this whole game. And both of them have been adding TCs roughly at the same time. So both of them ended up going triple TC, but they didn't do it in age 2. They both waited till age 3. The only difference is Hut is walling, sending in rams from all angles. So he's got pikemen at arm right up here, pikemen at arm rams here, and he's just gonna try and hold the front down with a couple units here with a smaller portion of his army here. But Eric's eco is dying and it is idled as well. So this would not happen if he had walls up. I mean, at least you would have some sort of like warning that you're getting hit from 3 different angles. Whereas Hut's eco is relatively safe, or at least for a short amount of time before they siege their way in. Eric panicking and dropping a keep in the middle so he can start pulling back his army to deal with this. 1 TC goes down, 2 TCs go down. I don't think he got many vill kills in the main base, but he killed a bunch up top. Hut at 110, Eric at 91. So this is the first significant vill lead in this game. A lot of siege going down here. He didn't have the main force to protect this. These are not free, but quite good trades here. Taking down a lot of mangonels and then going in his base and continuing to raid. So Hut is sacrificing military here for economy, and I think he's pretty comfortable doing that. He has a keep up in the middle. He has walls around his base. And he's continuing to raid. Eric, still no eco upgrades. Take a look at Hut. Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 2. So I'd imagine Hut's ego is just like way ahead right now. Like, look at this. Wow. He's going Imperial. He doesn't have as much army, but he's going to continue to split the focus of Eric. And he's going to go up to Imperial off the back of that. And one thing that makes, he finally got the preservation of knowledge. One thing that makes these tier 2 techs affordable is having the preservation of knowledge here. So if we take a look at the wood one, 105, 245. I actually can't even remember exactly how much it costs, but it's a really nice upgrade for castle. Like the culture wing, I think it's the best option at the moment. It's what a lot of higher level players are doing, and we've seen no value so far from the military wing, like literally none. No upgrades. So he hasn't benefited from the military wing at all. The only thing he's doing is unlocking it for when he actually gets Imperial, but why not get it in Imperial and just go the culture wing? Unless he wanted to go trade wing for some reason, which is very risky, and obviously he's not setting up to do that. He's just wasted his age up option here. And Hart has utilized his culture wing quite effectively here, getting a lot of techs. Like both military techs and eco techs. Eric getting a bit desperate, trying to get some raids in with these lancers. I think just not walling, going up with that wrong age option, and arguably the wrong unit combination here. Eric was looking really good for a lot of this game. Honestly, I watched this live when it was happening, and I thought Hart was screwed, like, for half the game. But, rewatching this with a view of all players, looks a little bit different. Didn't look as dire for Hart, but it gives you some insights into some of the mistakes that Eric made, which kind of led to this phase of the game. Eric now coming into the base of Hart though. Hart just got little bits and pieces of raids going on, but it looks like Hart is going to quite easily hold this. And he's going to Imperial. I don't think Eric is going to Imperial. No, Eric has how much resources right now? 30 food. Oh boy, this is rough. 90 vills compared to Hart's 119 vills. Keep in mind, Hart's vills are gathering like 30% more efficiently as well. So the eco difference is just kind of crazy right now. 5 Rams coming in to take down this keep here. See what military upgrades he's got. He's got tier 2 attack, defensive melee, and then +1 for ranged attack. Whereas Eric invested into ranged defense, tier 2, because of the camels in age 1. But then Hut kind of just pivoted to a full men-at-arms and then men-at-arms and spears as well. Those techs were kind of irrelevant, whereas Eric's been on a melee comp the whole time, so Hut's upgrades have been relevant for longer as well. But I don't know, as soon as those bombards get out, not really sure what's going to happen here. He does have some lancers to deal with in his base, but he's making 2 counter units to that. Has 9 archeries, 5 barracks here, 6 barracks. So Hut's going to be fine. He's going to repel this. And now he's hitting more villages over here. Mangonels coming out for Eric though. Cleaning up most of these pikes. If these pikes get on the mangonels, they are dead though. So Eric does need to be really careful here. He's got units to come and protect those though. Hart panicking, building a wall with 38 villagers. They are in though. They're in. And both of them are in the base doing eco damage. But Eric's just an age behind. And as soon as Hart gets bombards out and just collects his army and does a collective push with walls around his base, I think it'll just be over. All the lancers cleaned up, so the economic damage will be stopped. Eric did. He's been on 2 TC, so he never rebuilt a 3rd TC, but he rebuilt one of them as both his secondary TCs. They went down earlier on. So a siege timing coming from. That's literally just ignoring the front of his base. He's like, fuck it. I'm going into his base. I'm killing more shit. Tier 3 activated for Hut. I mean, he doesn't have many units to protect here. Okay, more reinforcements coming. He hasn't seen this yet. And I mean, he has to deal with his mangonels. He has 1 culverin coming out. I believe if Eric doesn't have like a HP upgrade, which he won't because he's not in the next stage, culverins will one-shot these mangonels. So since the patch of slower siege, culverins actually are a lot better. They're still not the greatest, but they can actually kite bombards. Just cool. One-shotting these mangoes. As soon as these mangoes are down, I think the real threat's gone. Hut is currently in Eric's base. He's panicking, putting up a keep here. But a lot going on both fronts here. Can Cannoneers added in as well. He's struggling for food though right now. Eric's in his base on top of his food eco, so a little bit iffy. What? Building rams in the back of his base. Got more pikemen here on his secondary TC, so adding in more rams as well. I think Hut will be able to clean this up. How much is he? Oh, he has heaps in queued. Never mind me. I thought because his food eco was idle, he might be in a little bit of trouble, but he just has so much queued up already. He should be fine here. Rams coming in though with pikes. Not much reinforcements from Eric at this stage. Do we have elite? We have elite spears as well. Elite spears. How much production is Eric on? 5 racks, 6, 7 racks, 3 stables. So a lot more production for Hut. And he has both archeries and axes, but these are normal men at arms coming up against elite spearmen. And Eric calls it. Too much damage done to the eco, whole age behind. Well played to Hut.